All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to give you guys, I don't know if it's long awaited, but it is an awaited video. This is going to be the new updated gym run guide. Okay, I do this every now and then. My previous one was very much so for beginners, what I realized. Pretty much the team with like Torkoal, Whimsicott, Typhlosions, and the last Pokemon, you basically just level up to train. It usually is like a Deino or a Hydreigon, something like that. But this is going to be a more dedicated to specifically making money kind of video, kind of gym guide, okay? So the team you can see here is on the right. I am going to go through each Pokemon in pretty extensive detail, kind of like what they're used for, you know, certain items to hold on for them and stuff like that. So it's going to be a little bit more extensive. I am not going to be showing the gym run in this video. I will either do it next week for next video if there's enough interest for it. However, honestly, there's a lot of videos like this already out there. I am not the creator of this team. I just want to put that out there right now. I just want to spread this team because it's worked for me and I want to spread this for other people. I'm going to leave a link to the original video that I saw that the dude posted. I think his name is USA Y Knight, I believe it is. And yeah, so basically that's the video that I'm basing this off of. All credit to him. I've changed it a little bit, but for the most part, yeah, it's him or even the person who made it before him. You know, ideas kind of pass on the internet. That's how things go. Regardless of all that, I want to get into this video. So if you enjoy it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. And again, if you really want to see like basically like how this gym run is going to be out there, you know, maybe I commentate for like the full hour, how an amulet coin runs on it and stuff like that. You know, feel free to check that out as well. Rather, feel free to let me know if you're interested in that as well. But with all that being said, let's get started with the first Pokemon. It's actually two of them. I'm just going to have them very nice and big on your screen. These are Typhlosions, and these were part of the original gym team. So I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I just want to cover it for anybody who's brand new. Item you want to put is Choice Specs. Okay, let's start with the item. Basically, it's going to boost special attack, but you're only going to be able to select one move, and that's perfectly fine because Typhlosion only needs one move. Before we get there, Nature, Modest, it's probably the best thing because it doesn't decrease like any defense or speed or anything like that, and it obviously increases your special attack. You want these at level 100 or as close as possible. As far as EVs, let's go through both of them. You're going to want 252 attack, 252 speed. This is the biggest thing. And then HP or special defense, it doesn't really matter. Maybe even defense. It really doesn't matter. But yeah, 252 attack, special attack, 252 speed. The next thing up is IVs. You're going to want 31 for both of these. It doesn't really matter the rest. I actually put 30 special defense on this guy just because I want him to be a little more tanky. This guy's a little more even spread out in terms of defense and HP, but yeah, it doesn't really matter as well. You're pretty much just trying to speed and go through teams as quick as possible. The next thing up, I don't know why it's stuck, is the move set. Right, the move set, the main thing you're going to want is Eruption. Okay, Eruption is the main thing. Swift is a nice second move in case of anything, but like again, you're running Choice Specs, so you don't really need it. If you can't afford Choice Specs, then you know something else might be okay, and then you know here and there you could get away with like a Swift if you get like disabled for your Eruption, something like that, because some gyms are going to disable you. But yeah, that's Typhlosion. I was going to say that's Eruption. That's Typhlosion. Very simple, very self-explanatory. This is the power of Eruption, just so you guys can read it if you want. The move is basically whenever you see any grass, ice, or basically just anything that's like not water or I guess, yeah, but not water, not rock, pretty much. You want to bring out your Typhlosion essentially and just Eruption up. Having one at a time is usually best. It's my main strategy there. Let's move on to the next Pokemon, Togekiss. All right, so Togekiss actually is fairly similar in a lot of aspects. You want Choice Specs, you want Modest, level 100 basically because you want it to be as fast as possible as well as special attack heavy as possible. As far as the EVs, same kind of deal. 252 attack, special attack, I keep saying that, 252 special attack, 252 speed, very important. IVs, same thing. I actually slapped on a little more HP on this guy just because I wanted him to be a little more tanky. And honestly, you can do 31 or 30 for like any of these, except for like attack you don't really need. And it'll obviously just be better, but you know, if you're on a budget, if you just don't really care, you can get away with 31 special, 31 speed, and you'll be fine. As far as movesets go, this is what's really important. I PP maxed Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice is going to be the main move. This is basically going to target everything, everything on the opponent's side of the field. This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh, but yeah, you get what I mean. Targets all adjacent foes. 90 power, 100 accuracy. It is a special attack move, as you can see there on the top right there. So choice specs plus modest plus stab, because it's a normal type move. It's a normal Pokemon, normal flying here. This is going to deal a lot of damage, right? So yeah, that's very important. The other move that you can sometimes use is Air Cutter. Unfortunately, it's 95 accuracy and only 60 power compared to 90 power and 100 accuracy. So yeah, you're going to want Air Cutter here and there against some grass gyms, against some Pokemon that like Ghost Pokemon, for instance. So here and there, very situationally, you'll need Air Cutter. Again, it hits all adjacent foes, everything on their side of the field again. Calm Mind and Air Slash I don't really use. I think this is more so for like PvP purposes, but yeah, good moves to have overall. And then I believe that's it for the thing. My thing is stuck. I don't know why it's doing that, but yeah, that's Togekiss. Pretty self-explanatory there. Another special attacker. This Pokemon, you guys seen in my previous gym run, it's Krookodile. A lot of people actually elect to go Garchomp. I personally did not feel like making, spending a lot more money on a Pokemon that I think can kind of do the trick itself. Because the main point of it is you need a ground type Earthquake Pokemon, which is, either Krookodile or Garchomp. Since I already have a Krookodile, I didn't want to waste the money. So yeah, as far as nature goes, I'm gonna go Adamant here because I want attack. I don't want decrease in special attack. The choice band is important. Choice band basically powers up attack, but you can only use one. Basically choice specs, but for physical attackers. As far as EVs, self-explanatory. Attack EV is important, and then speed EV is important, right? Because you want to go first and you want to do as much damage as possible with your moveset. This Krookodile is actually a budget Krookodile that I purchased a long time ago for my first couple of gym runs. 31 attack is very necessary, and 31 speed is actually very necessary, but I kind of cheaped out and got a little bit less speed, but I did make up for it because I got good defense, good HP, and good special defense overall. So it's a little more tanky, however, it is a little slower than I'd like it to be, which is a little unfortunate. And last thing up here is the move set. Earthquake is the main move. Again, you're on choice band, so nothing else really matters. If you come across like a gym where everything is flying or things have levitate, and you already accidentally have Krookodile up or something like that, I would recommend either Stone Edge or Crunch. Just because, Stone Edge is a little less accurate, so if you want to be sure of it, then just use Crunch. Moxie ability is really big. You don't necessarily need it, I guess, but it's very big because it helps you clear more gyms, because the more things you can Earthquake, the more things you can get rid of in a short manner, the better and the faster you'll go. So yeah, that's Krookodile. You can either use Krookodile or Garchomp. If you want to see what the Garchomp build is, I suggest watching another video, but that's Krookodile. The next Pokemon up is going to be Aerodactyl here. As you can tell here, we have Jolly Nature. I don't really think you need Jolly Nature. I think attack probably was a little bit better, but this one was not mine, as you can tell. I did not make this guy. Wide Lens is very important. This is basically going to increase the accuracy of certain moves, and you'll get to see why when we get to Aerodactyl's moveset. But yeah, attack EV is important. Speed EV is very important. Same with the IVs. I kind of cheaped out a little too much on this guy. I didn't build him, but yeah, 3 HP is a little tough to be working with here. Defense is fine. Special defense is very tough as well, but yeah, the HP is really lacking. I wish I kind of redid this. I would recommend, honestly, if you guys have the money, I'd recommend 25 for HP, defense, and special defense if you can, or at least 20 across. 15 is okay, 27 is obviously really good, but yeah, 3 is really bad. You're gonna feel it, and I definitely feel it in my first couple of gym runs here. But moving on to the moveset, this is arguably the most important part of Aerodactyl, Rock Slide. You're definitely going to want Rock Slide on Aerodactyl. The rest don't really matter. For some reason, people say to get Wide Guard on it. Maybe I'm playing the game wrong, but I have never used Wide Guard once, so maybe you can get away without it. But yeah, Rock Slide is definitely the most important thing you want on this build. Ability doesn't really matter, but yeah, Rock Slide with Wide Lens basically makes it so, I believe someone in my stream said 99% accuracy, because as you can tell here, Rock Slide has a 90 accuracy right there. So yeah, basically Wide Lens just increases it pretty much to guaranteed full. So that's that. Hopefully you, you know, like Aerodactyl, and hopefully you take it out for a spin. I'm going to go through some of the strategies after I go through the Pokemon. But last Pokemon hip is Blastoise. So Modest is definitely the nature that you want. Again, very similar to Togekiss and Typhlosion. Choice Specs, again, boosting special attack. As you can tell, this is actually my OT because I wanted to build it. Blastoise, I want to talk about a little bit more. Special attack and speed EV, very important. Same with the IV deal. Again, I wanted to build a little more tanky, so I went 31 HP. Again, you don't need to do that. It's just something that I wanted to do. Very, very important when you're breeding Blastoise. You need Water Spout, okay? Water Spout is not, if we pull up the Pokédex here, Water Spout in the moveset is not something that he starts with. It's not something he starts with. It's not something he learns. It's not through TMs. Basically, Water Spout is through eggs. And so I think what you're gonna need is a Wailmer and a Remoraid, and for the rest of it, I don't want to make a whole like Water Spout video right now because there's a lot of them on the internet right now. Highly suggest you either look it up or just watch one of those videos real quick. That's kind of what I did. But yeah, 150 power, 100 accuracy, only 5 PP. Again, PP maxed it. Yeah, Water Spout is definitely the move. The rest don't really matter. I just put Surf because want to get places and stuff like that. But yeah, that's Blastoise. Definitely keep Water Spout in mind when you're breeding, because I was breeding a couple of Squirtles and I kept forgetting that they need Water Spout before you can like put the IVs on them. So I wasted a good amount of money. Fortunately they sold back, but yeah, I wasted some money. Definitely Water Spout on Blastoise is what you need. You can try Surf, but Surf is actually going to hit your Pokemon as well, right? So it says all adjacent Pokemon as the targets versus Water Spout is all adjacent foes. And that's very important because if you're running next to, a Crocodile or a Typhlosion that you have on your side, actually pretty much everything except Togekiss is going to take a lot of damage from your Surf. So you don't want to Surf ever. You want to be using Water Spout. That's the main thing for Blastoise, I just wanted to say. As far as strategies go, I really recommend going through Unova, then Kanto, then Hoenn, and then ending off with Sinnoh. Today's gym run, I started at, well, it doesn't really matter because I spent money, but I basically got about 310k from this gym run. And I honestly didn't even play it super efficiently. So I feel like if I was playing it really, really efficiently, I probably could have made like 340, 350k. I was on an amulet coin as well, so that's, take that information for what you will. But the main strategy, the main pairings is if you're running a Crocodile first, you need to have Togekiss or Aerodactyl next to you. Because you don't want Earthquake to kill any of these other 3 Pokemon down here, right? So that's that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just blast these Pokemon on screen for you guys so you can see a little bit nicer. The Typhlosions are the same, so I'm just gonna keep them the same. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of open these up so you can kind of see, the move sets and stuff like that. I'm just gonna hover over it while I'm talking, so it's less boring, I guess, for you guys. But yeah. The main strategies here is you don't want your Crocodile ever to touch or ever to be near either of these 3 Pokemon. As well as just in general, you want to be covering like bases, right? You want to be covering bases in terms of, if someone has a grass type out, for instance, right? If you're facing a grass trainer, obviously move your Blastoise away, right? Bring your Typhlosion up, bring your Togekiss up. Togekiss Air Cutter is, a really good opportunity against, for instance, Celadon Gym, something like that, right? Another main tip I want to give you guys is to not stack your Typhlosions together because your eruptions run out fairly quickly. Right? You'll only get 7, right? So I think actually, do you get 8? I don't remember if you get 8 or 7, but either way, you really don't get a whole lot of them. I'm assuming it's 8 because you get 8 Water Spouts. I probably didn't PP this up enough, but either way, like Typhlosion Eruption is probably like your saving grace. Like you can always fill this as long as it's not like a flash fire Pokemon. You can always hit this. So that's what I would recommend doing. And the thing about this gym run, the thing why this is so much better than the previous gym run, is because you can take out fire gyms. You can not be afraid of Ninetales anymore, which a lot of gyms now have Ninetales, right? For instance, for some reason, Sabrina has Ninetales, Erica, I think Brock, and I think obviously Blaine from Kanto. Like a lot of the Kanto guys have Ninetales now. Some negatives about this gym run, I just want to preface real quick, is that you'll get hit by weather a lot, and you won't always go first when you're running. This Krookodile especially gets outsped a good amount, I think mainly just because he doesn't have 31 speed. So I don't know if I'm going to redo it or what. This is a very expensive team, I would say. You know, items alone, 6 items is probably around maybe like 550, because you know you have to factor that each of these choice specs, choice bands, probably about 100k, and then the wide lens. Let's take a look. We can actually take a look at the wide lens real quick. Wide lens, let's see how much it is. Oh, it's only 13k. Okay, so it's not terrible. So probably like 515-ish k for items alone. The Pokemon themselves is not going to be super easy. Not super easy, but not super cheap, I guess. Like Aerodactyls are not super cheap. You got to breed like 2 times 31 for everything and then some. So you know you got to factor each Pokemon being around like, I don't know, 60 to 80k. That's another what, 360k to build this. And then you know what, actually I'm gonna prop the calculator up for you guys. This might be a little easier to see, right? So 360k, let's say on average for each Pokemon, right? That's the cheapest it could probably be, plus the time spent to evolve them and stuff like that. We'll take that as like, I don't know, nothing, right? Let's just take all that time. Items wise, it's going to be another 515k on average. Again, this is just very, very average. So you're already close to like a mil. The PP maxes, let's see, you have to PP max like a couple of moves. Let's see. You might be able to get away without some. Let's call it 18k, right? So 18k times 6. I really don't know what that is off the top of my head. Let's open another calculator real quick. 18 times 6 is 108. So plus another 108,000. You're looking at pretty much a mil, right? Yeah, pretty much a mil to build this team. So you know, if you're a beginner, I highly recommend you use the other gym run until you can like start you know, kind of building up the capital, building up the resources to, you know, start building for like a Typhlosion, a Togekiss, things like that. I think a really fun goal would be to breed this yourself, you know, make this team yourself on your own and just see how you can do. It's always nice to run with an OT team. You know, you're always going to see these guys every single day and you can be like, hey, these are my guys, you know, I did that. So I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, moveset, items. You can go back to nature if you guys care, but for the most part, I believe they're all modest. All the main ones should be modest, aside from Krookodile is adamant, and yeah, Aerodactyl can be jolly or adamant as well. Nature matters a lot. That's what I would say. If you're a beginner, do not cheap out on nature. If you want to cheap out anywhere, I would cheap out on like maybe move sets. Oh, that's another thing I didn't count in the calculations. Move setting certain Pokemon, like you have to TM or for instance Blastoise, so you have to water spout it. That's another thing that I would recommend. As far as the time goes to level these up to 100, it's gonna take a long time as well. So yeah, I'm talking like a lot of money. It's gonna take a lot of resources to get this, but I think it's rewarding. You know, you can get 300 to 350k per amulet coin or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. Some people say you can get 400k. I think you have to be really lucky. You have to be really efficient. I haven't gotten there yet, but I think there is potential to hit close to 400k, maybe on a Richest Charm or something like that. But that's pretty much it for the video. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, for the third time in this video, if you want to see me, you know, run through this gym either on a live stream or in a specific dedicated video, let me know in the comment section. I can definitely do it. I just don't know if people want to, because again, there's so many videos of them out there. The one thing I will say about those videos is that there's no one commentating those videos. You know, it's very just like ×3 speed and then just people, and it's just like your move set. It's just like what you're doing. It might be helpful to have like me, for instance, walk through why I'm selecting certain Pokemon or why I'm hitting the gym route that I'm hitting, all that kind of stuff. It might be helpful, it might not be. I don't know. You let me know in the comment section. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you learned something, you know, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Again, video idea is not mine by any means. It's just I want to repurpose this because this video or that video has helped me, and I want to spread it. And yeah, I mean, I'm not claiming any credit or whatever, so don't get mad or anything. Just want to spread, you know, hopefully a helpful tip for Pokemon players. That's it for the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Again, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.